Alright guys, welcome back to the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel, and today we are going to have a reaction video to one of my favorite games that I finally got back into working order. Total Immersion Racing is back. So let's go ahead and take a look at what options we have in the game. So we have start game, obviously we can do single race, we have career mode, we have time trial, and we also have challenges. So single race, we got multiple tracks. We can do two-player as well if you have two different input devices into your computer. We got amateur, professional, and legend. We have the Audi TT car right here, or ABT Sportsline Racing. We have the Noble Racing, very pretty car there. We also have the Quaff. Number 4, we have the BMW Team Motorsport car. We have the Sintra or Cintura Racing. We got Punzo or Panaz Motorsports, really beautiful car, love those. We have the VMAC 320R. We have the Listrin Storm, beautiful looking car there as well. We have Team McLaren. We have Team BMW Panaz Motorsports right there. We have the Dome Racing. We also have Bentley, Audi, and we also have hidden cars that you cannot see. Interesting, right? So we have multiple cars there. All of them have different acceleration and ability points that you can work with. Then in career mode, we can start that. We can do amateur, professional, or legend. We're going to actually try legend here, and we're going to get our name set up here. We're just going to get this kind of set up to let you see what it looks like. Obviously, we're going to be I don't remember how many letters they let you put in, so we're going to find out here. Where's my K at? Oh, right there. Ah, and there it is. So you lose out on getting the full Bear Besky experience, so it's just going to be Bear B. There we go, that'll work. Bear B. And so then we come in and we can see that we can work with a teammate in Audi, or we can go to Noble Racing. Just depends on which one you want to do. So obviously you have the option to race for some different team owners, and you'll get different contracts throughout. And it's amazing, the graphics back then. Boy, a lot of nostalgia going on right here. Love it. We'll go ahead and just select this right here. So we get talked to by Andrew Hiat, our teammate, or not teammate, our crew chief, and he's like, "You're my sort of driver, so welcome to the team." Well, thank you, sir. I believe we'll have a great season. We've got the best drivers and the best cars. Sure we do. And then, of course, we have our first race, round 1 of 5. We have Silverstone. We can take a look at, we can also save our career, so save that right there into the empty slot. There we go. Championship tables. Here we go. We got Chug there in BMW. We got Blackwood also in BMW. We have Bond in Quaff. We have McDowell in Noble. Ooh, we're going to be racing Michael McDowell. That's kind of cool. And we have Matlub, who's our teammate in Audi. We got Valima in Audi Pro. We have Pachal in Audi Pro there. Hassan in Bentley. Gibbs in Dome. Oh wow, Ty Gibbs already up in Pro already. Oh boy. Baker and Hagaswagawa. I don't know how to pronounce that guy in the BMW Pro, but that guy. And then we have the GTS, where we have Shred, and we have DeFries, and then we have Kluki, and then we have Bird, and then we have Anis, and then Badanzaza. I don't know how you pronounce those guys' names. I didn't know how to pronounce them back then. I don't know how to pronounce them now. But all those guys in there. And then, of course, we got the race, obviously, which, of course, we'll be starting off with Silverstone. We'll go ahead and exit here. But that's career mode, just a quick look at it. Then, of course, you can come down, hit resume career mode. Of course, we also get 5 replay slots, so if you want to replay or save a replay to a race, you can do that as well. Options, you can take a look at that. Visual, not really a whole lot. Obviously, we got speed units. Got to go with mile per hour, the best speed unit out there. We got track map, we got mirror, got to have those. Those are very helpful. Sound, we can up the sound effects. Speech, there isn't really that much speech that goes on. We do have music, but obviously we're not going to listen to that. Music and racing games, I don't know who does that. We do have control here, so we have like vibration and stuff. If we had a controller, And I might have to look and see if there's a way to connect a controller to this game. It'll probably have to be a USB connected one, I would imagine, but those are your settings right there, so not a whole lot. And then driver assists. So currently for driver 1 we have anti-lock brakes, traction control, and gear suggest. So those are currently on there. I don't remember if we can actually move gears or not. I'll have to look at that, but anyways, we got those on right now. Corner warning, we got those turned off. Gear suggest, all that stuff. So that's currently what's on right now. So obviously we can go in and turn those off another time. We're also going to have the lap records, which you can always see I had some fun making the lap record at Hockenheimring. We got the Autodrome Nationale Monza, Springfield, that's a fun track. Talladega, there we go. Silverstone, those are currently the tracks that are unlocked. We do have more tracks that we can look at. So that was career. Time trial, obviously we can take out any of our unlocked cars and hit the track. And then we also have challenge mode where we can go through and unlock cars, and there's also hidden cars that you cannot see beyond this point. So lots of racing that can happen here that can be a lot of fun. So we'll have to see what we can do with that content-wise in the future, but definitely a fun game for sure. So let's go ahead and do a single race here real quick. We'll hit the legend guys, see what we can do. So here you can see, which do you want? Do you want handling or you want speed? I kind of like speed myself. I always kind of like these cars. Let's hit, obviously you got Rockingham. I don't know if this track still exists. It did exist a while back. Dale Jr. on the Dale Jr. download talked about it. He would like to see a NASCAR race there. It may or may not exist still. They were supposed to tear it down and build houses on it. Of course, right? Racetracks, gotta put a house on it. Then we got the Springfield Short, that's a fun track. We got Hockenheimring Motordrome, that's a fun track. We got Silverstone International, the short track, that one's fun. Minamoto City in Japan. Hate that track. That track is not fun to drive at all. We got Rockingham, the in-course or the road course circuit. That one's fun. Sebring, that's in this game, which is fun. And then we got the current unlocked tracks here as well. We're going to hit... what do we want to hit? We're going to hit Silverstone. I haven't raced Silverstone in a while. We can come through here, and we do have options to drive in the wet. We can set our laps, so we can... How far can we go up here? I have never tried. We can go up to 25 laps. We're definitely not doing that. 3 laps would be just fine. We could do GT teams. We could do the full grid, or we can just do the Audi cars. But we'll do the full grid here. And let's give you a taste of what this is like. Now, obviously, we can go up to here, and we can actually do car setup. So we'll get into this here. So front brake biased. I always like mine to be a little bit more on the... balanced side. Brake wise, wings, we can work on our downforce here, add a little bit to this car. Ballast, we can obviously change that around for the car as well. Gearing, I've never really messed around with this very much, just because usually I messed up the car when I did that, so that's why I don't do that. We do have tire pressures here, so we can obviously mess with those. I always like to have a little bit lower tire pressure. It helps the car grip a little bit better. There we go. Ride height, we can lower the front end here just a little bit. I'll raise up the rear. We'll do that there on the car. Suspension, sway bars, soft or hard. We're going to kind of stiffen up the sway bars here because this car's pretty loose most of the time. Then we have the front, which I kind of like to have a softer front on this car and a harder rear. So we'll see how that works there. So lots of suspension, and then these I almost never touch because usually you ends up messing up the car, so we don't usually touch those. So there we go. We got our settings there. Now we're gonna hop back in and double check. Did those settings stay? Yes, they did. So they should, if I remember correctly, they should stay for the remainder of this event, and they may still be there the next time you come to the track, but I don't remember that off the top of my head. We're going to skip practice and go straight to qualifying here. And I've got to remember, how do I... Oh, here we go. So, for keyboard, you're going to be doing the central to change your camera. And as I said, I don't remember all the keys to this, and I don't. Woo! Yep. And I don't remember off the top of my head what where the manual is to check out the keys and instructions are. So, but anyways, so some of the key features in this game that made this game interesting was you had the rival mode, and basically how you drive cars in this game affects how they drive you. So obviously for single race it didn't really matter that much, but as you drove them specifically in career mode, they would get a lot harder to drive against, or they would really be really bad driving against you. So just different ways that worked. Plus also you had multiple classes, so multiple classes in game that you ended up racing against, and that made it a lot of fun. Woo-wee. Yep, still haven't mastered these corners after all these years. That's about right. So trying to remember how to drive these cars. This is definitely the hardest car to drive in the track because it's such a weird suspension setup. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed. It just isn't one of the best cars. But hey, if you can make it stick, these cars will do pretty decent in the class anyways. I think the best car in this should be GT class. I think the best car all the way around is like the Noble Team Racing. I'm not sure exactly what that car is, but the Noble Racing Team Racing, that seems like that works the best, just because it's a stiffer suspension, doesn't have a whole lot of speed, but definitely seems like it drives a bit better. But if you want speed, definitely this car or the Quaff are the best. BMW has terrible handling, so wouldn't recommend that. And with how terrible that lap was, I just made a new lap record, so there you go, that's how that works. So there we go, we qualified in 5th apparently, even with the new track record. I think that's probably a personal record. That's interesting. So there we can look at starting grid and stuff. We can also go back to practice apparently, so that's neat. But let's hit the racetrack here. I think we hit shift. There we go. So here's shift, and you can see the bars on top of the cars there. Ooh, got some weird shadows going on through there. That was interesting. But you can see the different bars above the drivers. You have exclamation marks that go around those bars, and that will show you if they're mad at you or not. I think I have an option to put a mirror on as well, but at the moment I don't remember how to do that or to look behind me. So, woo, car loose. Ooh, yep. So see, you got the exclamation marks going up beside the anger emotion bar there. So emotion bar, that will be white if they're just happy, having a good race. If you get that to red, they're going to be mad at you and not too happy, and etc, etc. So you kind of want to keep these guys on your good books just so you don't end up having issues later on. But yeah, if you want to keep track of who's mad at you or how they're feeling during the race, it's kind of nice to have here to be able to keep track of. Now, what is interesting is the difference in how the cars race. So, if I get up here and I'm just setting lap records, the rest of the GT field will come up to me. So, wherever I am on track, they're going to try and match my time as best as they can to be competitive. And so, you can actually, if you do it right, you can make this team go all the way to the front in the game. It takes a little while, but you can do that. But it's very, very difficult once you get past the get to the pro guys. So we can kind of get past the GTS guys though, which makes it kind of interesting. Makes it a very crowded field, but it will work. But then also, if you are the slowest guy in your class, and I mean just totally lagging behind, not able to get anywhere, wherever you are on track, ooh, hit the wall there, wherever you are on track, the entire group of cars, they will end up coming back to you, and that makes things rather interesting. Car is loose. So So we need to tighten up that rear end a bit more, maybe get some more grip. Woo! Kind of tighten up that sway bar. Ooh, boy, that thing is not happy. So actually catching up to these guys pretty good here. Being pretty patient. And as you can see, these guys get fairly loose, and you can spin these guys out if you want to. That will not help you out in the race, but it is something that you can do, obviously. Alright. Shadows are having a bit of an issue rendering here. That's one of the reasons why I turned off the motion bar. Just seems like it's having a little trouble rendering. But you do have shadows that would be underneath these cars, which is pretty cool. Got a giant shadow there. That was weird. But overall, the game looks really, really good. Takes me back many, many years to when I was racing this. Much younger back then. But yeah, this was a very fun game. I remember having a much older computer doing this and not having any response whatsoever from the keyboard. So basically the response would be about, I don't know, about 5 seconds behind what you'd actually be doing. And so you would end up just crashing the field because you would still be on full throttle into the corner. Many people do not like you for that, obviously. Obviously it's all AI in-game that are mad at you, but still. They did not like your guts when your keyboard decided not to work properly. Also remember the hand cramps too from long races. Ooh boy, not a fun experience. See what we get here. There we go, so we just took the fastest lap away for the class. That's going to end up getting us an extra point. So we need to work on this car a little bit. So, first time racing the professional setting on here, which has been a long time since I raced in here at all. And I'm third, so I'm going to say that's actually pretty impressive. Dirt is a speed killer. It will kill your speed very, very much. You can actually get by pretty good through the grass, though, if you need to make a shortcut. But, yeah, you got to be real careful with where you decide to make the... Ooh, we got the Quaff up there, taking it to the BMW, getting past him, too. Like to see that. Usually it's a BMW... show going on, and the BMWs just totally take over the race. But nice to see the Quaff up there destroying the BMW. Always hated the BMWs in this game. Hated them with a vengeance. Because they were always... They're not like rock solid cars. Everybody else you can kind of spin out or get loose and be able to get by. BMWs, they were like rock solid. I mean, you would hit them, it's like a wall. It's like there's no way you can get those guys loose. There's no way to get them out of your way. They are just rock. And just hate how they drove you too, because they drive you dirty. Woo, especially in career mode. Got the car loose there, able to catch it. So yeah, we need to work on the car setup, because car setup is not helping me out in this game so far. But obviously that's just something that we can work on throughout. Ooh, loose. But yeah, still, fun game after all these years, really do enjoy it. And there we go, Bond is the fastest at 155, not going to be able to beat that. But there we go, position 3, not bad. And then obviously, fastest lap there, get all that. It's pretty good sector information that we can get, so we can see the race result there, how long the race was for everybody. You can see, right, let's see, oh, that's the overall. So here's GT. We were running about 6 minutes on the track. GTS ran about 5 minutes 35, and then of course you had Pro, which was running under 5 minutes for this track in 3 laps. So that's pretty good, all things considered. And then obviously you get the points there as well. You see Bond there, well, with the Quaff, he gets 11 points, a good day for him. And then, hey, for us, which these Audis very rarely ever crack the top 4 in this game, we got third. So that's really, really good. So that's nice to see. Obviously, we can go back, watch the replay here, which is pretty neat. As far as I remember, for this when you watch it from your standpoint, or when you race and you're watching the replay, you only get to see yourself. You don't get to see anybody else. And so right here, we get to watch ourselves race for the entirety of the race. Whereas if you go to the menu and you just let it sit, it'll actually do races where you can see cars from multiple angles, from multiple classes throughout, which is kind of a neat replay just to be able to sit and watch. We have passed through the grass layer to get past the Noble. But yeah, these cars have a very wide, what do you want to call it? Basically, there's an entire person in between your car and the other car when you actually collide. That's how wide that distance is. It's you don't actually touch anybody. It's a pretty far distance, so we can exit out of that. But obviously, we can go through. We can continue the replay, exit the replay, or we can also save the replay if we wanted to. So we'll go ahead and just exit out of there. We can do race again, change track, or we can just exit out, which is what we're going to do today. But anyways, guys, that is a quick look at Total Immersion Racing. Going to be hopefully doing a fun career mode here on the Combustion Gamer 2 channel. So if you haven't already, hit like and subscribe over on there. Make sure to go and do that. But yeah, definitely love this game. Glad that we were able to get it back working and stuff, and it's going to be fun racing it around. So anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today here. Just a quick look and explanation of Total Immersion Racing on the Combustion Gamer YouTube channel. If you haven't hit like and subscribe over here, make sure to do that. And we'll see you guys here next time on the Combustion Gamer channel with more racing content. And as we exit, we can watch a replay there at Monza. That's pretty cool. The demo mode. And there they go, racing. Not sure why they're going so fast, but apparently they're in fast forward mode. That's funny. Weird. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.